Paul Greene-Dennis here. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Um, Things have happened, and I wanted to take a break from the read-throughs, and because I've been getting a little more studied up on political ideology, because I thought that was very important for me to do that, and especially just reading up more. So I felt I just started to really transition to socialism, and I want to truly just get more studied up and read, read up on Marxism, socialism in general, and you know, so yeah. Sorry for the long absence. And not only that, I worked the polls in early voting, and I'll be working the general election tomorrow. And just reminded me why I will never vote any establishment candidate again, even on the local level. A lot of these candidates are establishment backed, and especially there is one, they had two propositions on the ballot for on the ballot. One of them was so stupid ass. Oh, you want to put a sports complex in some area? It was pointless. It's stupid. It's just extremely stupid. And another one, which is a very fucking dangerous one that I saw, that when I was working the polls and I started to read up a bit about it, I'm like, oh hell no. They want to do away with term. They're trying to prep to do away with term limits. They're trying to prep to do away with term limits. Now, me working at the polls, I can't tell you how to vote. But I can tell you what these propositions are. I can't tell you what to do, how you want to do it. I cannot tell you that. But the second proposition, which is one of the most dangerous propositions that I saw on this ballot, even on the local level, was basically a proposition to do away with taxpayer funded special elections. That's right. A proposition to do away with special elections. Now, let me tell you why that is fucking dangerous. It's basically one, it's a way to do away with it's to expand candidates or people who already hold positions in power. It's basically to make them, the best way to describe it is impunity without being able to remove them from office. So it went from, if you needed a special election, do away with that, but also to make the full term from 2 to 4 years. It's basically trying to do away with term limits. Hell no, that is fucking dangerous. If somebody, which there's a lot, you could pretty much consider everybody who serves, especially if you serve on the behest of donors and billionaires, even on the local level. If you gotta go, you gotta go. We can't have you staying in there, being exempt from being elected out of office because there's no special elections, or even just having it vacant. That is a no go. And what makes it scary is that I remember working the working the early voting on Saturday, and I saw that. I'm like, hold on, can I went up to my coordinator, like, can we get 2 extra copies of those propositions, and lay them out on the full details of the propositions, because even on the ballot, it doesn't go into full detail about what these propositions really mean. And this is on the local level. And can we get these two propositions on our table at the ballot table here? And she said, sure. I got them out. And I said, these are the two propositions on the ballot in full detail. So even if you want to take some time to read through them, please do. Especially that second one. That is a very dangerous proposition to take away special elections and to make the term limits from 2 years to 4 to 6 years. From 2 to 4 years to 4 to 6 years and do away with special elections. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is dangerous. That is absolutely dangerous and irreprehensible. You want to talk about becoming as close to, I mean, it's already fascism out here, but even on the local level, to enact that, oh no. Oh no, no, no. Hell no. And then not only that, how is it that these candidates, and especially on the local level, especially where I live in Brentwood, it took me talking to one of the other coordinators that he told me, why is my school district's budget 750 million or billion, but we don't know where the fuck that money's going to? And I kept on saying, they could send out all these canvassers to pass out their candidates, but my town doesn't advertise when the school vote is going to go out to early enough and what it's going to be about. Because I can assure you, I probably might have found out the week before or maybe a few days before. This has got to be sent out a month in advance in details. And maybe it's just me, but I'm starting to get sick and tired of candidates saying, I have this policy, and you don't expand on it. You don't give details. Because to me, all you're just saying is you're offering something, you're offering a name and nothing behind it. Nothing behind it at all. Like, for example, I'll take a very popular policy: single payer healthcare, which I would love. I know almost everybody would love. A lot of people would love. But let's just say you say that. That's great and beautiful. I need to hear you lay out what are the details? How are you going to do it? What are things? I don't just want to hear how's it going to get done. I actually want to hear the guts and glue. If you can't say every single little detail, I want the guts and glue of your policies. And that on a local level, it's important because I think federally, fuck that shit. Once you get to federally and like, okay, fuck that shit. It's all rigged at this point, especially with the election college. I'm like, so our votes don't even matter regardless. It's all a myth. Go vote and put these people out. It's a myth. And especially when you know that they already do nefarious shit to pick their candidates. Either you're going to always get a John McCain federally. But on the local level, you can have more of a say and sway of who the candidates are. And I've been looking to study up on a little bit more mutual aid and whatnot. But yeah. I've been studying up more of socialism, Marxism, just to get more politically studied. Even if I don't truly get all studied up, and yeah, I'm here. Worked the early polls. I did a few concerts, and been doing getting more studied up. And a lot of these candidates that I've gone to some of their websites, I'm like, okay, you're offering this in name. What are the guts and glue behind it? What is like if you could lay it out, what would actually have to be done? Like what is the act like in a bill in a sense? I'm not saying you like lay out a full bill, but lay out the guts and glue of what you're offering. Not just, oh, rent stabilization. I want to hear the guts and glue. Maybe it's too high of a standard when you lay out policies. I don't just want to hear you're offering something. What you're offering, I need to hear the guts and glue of what you're offering, the details. What will be the framework? Lay it out. And if you can't, you're just saying, oh, I'm offering hope and change. Right, right. Oh, I'm offering healthcare for all. How? Can you lay out how you're going to do it? I'm learning for healthcare for all. That means nothing to me. I want to hear your guts and glue of your policy. What is it about healthcare for all? How are you going to give healthcare for all? And if you say single payer, okay, go a little further. I want to hear now. I want to hear your what is your the guts and glue of your single payer healthcare. I want to hear the details. You got to offer details. I want to hear those details. I don't just want to hear you offering this. I want to hear your details of your policies. It's kind of like if you're laying out a bill, I want to see the what is in that bill. I want to hear the details of what you're offering. Because right now, that ain't good enough no more. Maybe I have a standard that I want actually want to hear something tangible, not what you're offering, what is legit, the details. Like, oh, proposition, do away with special elections, which is dangerous, but they also want to increase the term limits from 2 to 4 years to 4 to 6. Hell no. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Especially if you're corrupt, which almost everybody is gonna be corrupt when you're dealing with donors and being bought out. Yeah. And that reminds me for tomorrow. For everybody who's going out to vote, be safe. And especially in New York City, because I know that's going to be game busters for the mayoral election. That's where you're going to be a presidential election out in NYC, literally. And I must just say this. The both the duopoly can go to hell, but the Democratic Party, good Lord, are they fucking feckless, corrupt, and just pieces of shit. Good thing is, it feels good to just have left it all together. Because you're calling someone in Zoran Mamdani a communist. I can assure you he's not a communist. I don't even think he's truly a socialist like he thinks he is. I mean, is he going to be better than Cuomo? Yes, he is. Does he have some red flags? Yeah, he does. How come he never told the full truth? Again, this is where I go back to the details and guts and glue of your policies. We want to hear these things. Like, I think free busing. How come you never told the people that when you laid that out there that you need some of those policies, you need to have the okay from the governor to do that. I believe groceries one of them. Free. I know there's his free grocery policy was one of them. Definitely, I know the free busing was definitely another one. The rent stabilization and rent freeze, he can do that, but he's also keeping. He is also starting to backtrack on his pro-Palestine stance a bit as well. Especially when he walks back from denouncing, he started to go like this to the globalized intifada. And you're also, and I had to look up Jess Tish for the police force. You are voting, you would look to keep her on? Yikes. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, no. But the difference between, and you're also getting funded from some PACs that are just like, he's gonna sell out to be governed more like a moderate. Again, he'll be better than Cuomo. Let's not get it twisted. And then you know it's bad. Establishment Democrats and Republicans are willing to back Cuomo. Scumbags have to stick together. They just have to stick together. Unbelievable. When Trump is backing you, it's bad. When the Democratic Party, which is dead, feckless, and buried and just disgusting, is when they back Cuomo and not the candidate that's technically still in their party, Zoran Mamdani. Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, I knew APAC Shakur was a piece of shit, and so is Chuck Schumer. These APAC pieces of shit. But damn. Unbelievable. But yeah. Have fun, happy voting tomorrow. And if you're in NYC, I know it's going to be like the presidential election in a sense. So be safe and have a good one. Peace out.